So now you've done all this, you built the plan, you found where you're going to get your money, you've got everything ready to go. You've got your protection, your legal protections in place so that you can actually go out and purchase a property. Now let's go actually buy it. Let's go buy your investment property. Your best strategy for this is create a short list of properties that meet the criteria, work with your friendly real estate agent, and go actually look at them. If you have done your homework well up till now, you should have a pretty solid idea of what a potential investment looks like. And yeah, it needs to be something that you can tolerate working with, in a neighborhood that you can tolerate working with, in proximity that you can tolerate driving to. All of these things need to be considered. If you see one that hits all these check boxes, make an offer. You've got the agent that can draw up all the paperwork. If you insist on using a local attorney to do that, I find that a little more expensive, but please feel free. Use a local attorney to draft all the paperwork. A few things that you want to consider is whether or not you're going to keep existing tenants in place or whether you're going to buy a vacant property so that you can handle it on your own. This is that period where you need to verify incomes and expenses by getting the rent rolls and seeing the landlord's profit and loss statements and the accounting records that were done on the properties. This will also show you that they have kept the property up to date and where were they getting the funds to do that. Once you have secured an offer and secured a deal, you pass that due diligence period, then it's just a matter of informing your lender, securing those funds that you already had lined up, and get yourself a closing date. Hire that home inspector, get through an inspection report. You do not want to jump into a money pit. I reference that in one of my favorite 80s movies all the time to make sure that people understand how ugly this can get. Take the time, take the energies, walk the property several times if you need to. And to simplify the process, work with a real estate agent. We have investment vision that you don't have. We are going to see things and be able to help guide you around the corners without walking you in front of a bus. Believe me, the real estate commission that you're going to lose and allow them to capture is worth it. It puts skin in the game for them. They're going to help you find the right properties for you to be able to do this. And offer them you do a good job for me on the purchase up front. You have the opportunity to make money again on the back end when we sell this property. You should have a great relationship and a partner in your business plan through a real estate agent that knows they're worth their salt. Then you need to know how to manage all this stuff, right? You can definitely do all of that by yourself that we just talked about. But as your portfolio grows, you are going to need a solid team around facilitating the growth of your business and maintaining the quality of your portfolio. No different than if you're buying a bunch of stocks. You are relying on the companies you're investing in to have good strategic planners, managers, and good teams that can actually build the product or the services that they represent that makes them so valuable, that made them interesting to you to begin with. So make sure that you're finding a facilitation of growth in this as a business. Find advisors, find a good team of professionals or a good management service to be able to navigate some of these complexities that you're going to run into. This will help you find properties and maintain the properties in place. By keeping that team, you're going to be a lot more equipped to handle approaching investments and how to strategically deal with them, regardless of changes as major as a political election to as minor as a broken pipe in the yard for a sprinkler head. The key type of individuals that I like on my team, absolutely real estate agents, real estate attorneys. Again, real estate attorneys. Not every attorney. Just because they have a law degree does not mean they know what they're doing in real estate. So be specific. Mortgage brokers and lenders. Accountants, property managers. Typically, some of your real estate agents, your really good ones, have this experience too. You're going to need a couple of GAs, contractors, or inspectors at your fingertips too to be able to help you with problems. Insurance agents, especially in the state of Florida, you need to make sure you're getting insurance guidance almost before you even purchase the property, because you need to understand what that total cost of investment is going to be. And then, of course, a title company, a reputable title company that can get paperwork done quickly for you. They're doing the right backgrounds and clearing searches so that you never run into somebody else's mysterious lien from some gardener 20 years ago that never got paid. And now with interest, you as the new owner owe them $10,000. You never want that situation to happen. So make sure they're doing full background and title search as well as local municipality searches. Wouldn't be a strategy session with me if I didn't pitch technology. You should also have good, strong tech to manage your properties. Fun tech that does it all. That way that you and your team can always access it. So regardless of what real estate strategy you're choosing, you're going to need to keep your finances organized, be able to collect and track your rents, track the vendors you're working with, prioritize maintaining of the properties, put it on a calendar that you're expecting that you're going to have air conditioner maintenance that's happening quarterly. This is what that costs, or this is what an overarching air conditioning contract talks about. This is what HVAC replacement would cost in 5, 10, 15 years, depending on the type of usage. And in Florida, we run it 365 days a year. So these kinds of things all need to be accounted for in advance of this investment. Dedicating your real estate investment software to the forefront of running your business is going to help you crunch numbers and analyze your investments very, very quickly so you can take advantage of it again, just like those quick marketing softwares that they have out there to buy and sell stocks. It should be just that easy for you to make decisions. So these tools are going to make it pretty easy for you, whether you're managing the money or determining property values. And believe me, when it's time to sell it, you're going to want that at your fingertips. And your advisors are all going to want to agree on the numbers because the software never goes to the house. You need to understand that your team that is working with you on this agrees to the numbers that the software is projecting. There are a lot of different types of investment properties out there too. I would be remiss if I didn't at least go over them for you real quick. The world of real estate is pretty diverse. So with all of these different types of properties serving different needs, and pay attention to your local government strategies on what's being built and what they're expecting to build in the next 2, 3, 5 years. You're probably familiar with most of the property types that are out there, but let's just review them real quick for you. You've got residential. That's any property that's used for residential purposes. That includes single-family homes, condos, duplexes, fourplexes, townhouses, multifamilies. This is all very important for you to understand. Residential property. Commercial is a little different. Commercial property is used for business, like gas stations, grocery stores, hospitals, doctors' offices, hotels, offices, parking lot facilities, restaurants, shopping centers. I could go on and on, but these are traditionally businesses. Industrial is commercial property that's used for manufacturing or production or storage and distribution. And then, of course, you have special purpose, public purposes, cemeteries, government buildings, parks, churches, schools. Those are special purpose properties. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, good old land. Any undeveloped property, vacant land, agricultural land, such as farms, orchards, ranches, those are all encompassed under the land qualifier. So these are all things that you just have to kind of consider when you're talking about those. Lots of pros and cons to all of this. This isn't just a strategy, but you got to make a decision of whether or not investing in real estate matches up with your financial goals. How much risk are you comfortable with? And how much understanding are you going to have when I need access to fast money and real estate doesn't sell fast, at least not for the money that you necessarily want for? So real estate's a great addition to a well-rounded investment portfolio, but it by itself has got some challenges. Still, essential that you take some time and carefully make sure that you're considering all of the potential benefits as well as some drawbacks, right? Real estate has potential for very high returns through property appreciation and rental income, but the lack of liquidity of real estate as an asset is sometimes a challenge for people. They want to be able to access their money quickly, and real estate's not. It's a 30 to 60 to 90 day process at best. for you to be able to get your money out of an investment. Diversification of an investment portfolio in real estate is fantastic. Property management responsibilities and the associated cost of which has its headaches. Huge tax benefits, mortgage interest deductions, depreciation deductions, all of that. Market volatility and economic fluctuations can affect property values, and you have to understand that. Even the cost of sheetrock to doing repairs to keep a property up to date can affect how much profit you actually make on it. Ability to leverage investments through mortgage financing is fantastic. All banks and asset companies love to be able to leverage actual mortgageable properties as opposed to just signature loans. But the risks of bad tenants, the high vacancies, and potential property damages sometimes scare them. So I want to make sure to address all of my comments at the bottom, or at least a few of them. I've got a lot more comments than I was expecting today. So thanks for that. I do love my live audience. Thanks for joining, everybody. How long does it take to make money in real estate investing? Back to what I was just saying. Making money in real estate investing takes time. There is no exact or perfect timeline. It will absolutely vary based on real estate investment, market conditions, individual strategies. I can tell you personally, in the Florida market, we have a supply and demand issue. So properties that can be fixed, flipped, and turned very quickly have a very lucrative approach to them, and people need housing. So the faster these flips can be done, the better. Patience, but a long-term perspective is my typical advisement when it comes to real estate. Most of my real estate associates live in one house, own multiple rental homes, and the home they live in that they start with becomes a rental home as they buy their next one, etc. Be patient. It's a long-term strategy most often, but it is necessary for you to have that patience to be successful in it. Next question. How do I start investing in real estate property? All right. Make sure to watch this whole video again. You might have joined late, but if you're curious on how to get cracking, grasp the local market. Check financing options, explore those different investment strategies, chat with some experienced real estate investors, financial advisors, get some solid advice before you get involved in it. Don't forget, you need clear investment goals, and that timeline is important. If you're looking for a fast turn, real estate may not necessarily be for you, but if you're willing to sit there for the long haul, the risk is absolutely worth that timeline. What's the biggest risk of real estate investment? Real estate carries many risks. The value of properties can fluctuate. Unexpected expenses will absolutely arise, and factors like location and economic conditions can affect your income. Tenants can flat out stop paying rent or damage your property to a point that it has significant risk and cost to get it back up to spec. So it's important to do a complete tenant background check as well, get security deposits, etc., so you can recoup and recover quickly. But ultimately, the biggest risk of the real estate investment world, I would say, is time. You must have the ability to give this investment the time it needs to mature before you're looking to make a dollar. So bring it on all together. Learning how to get started in real estate for beginners can be tricky. With all the different factors and complex ideas that you need to wrap your head around, investing in real estate can be crazy expensive. Absolutely worth it. This is a great way to make money. The United States has a very clean and secure process of how to get this done. Real estate has been around for a long time, and it's been managed ultimately the same way. A lot of challenges on the real estate agent side, but as far as buying and selling of properties, it's been orchestrated pretty consistent over the years. If this guide is helpful to you at all, I think you can use it as a great starting point to learn how to invest in real estate smartly. And you want to make sure that you're just listening to people that have done it, not just people that are teaching it. So I appreciate everybody's time and energy today. I realize there is a lot to deep dive into on this. If you want more information, you know how to find us. For those of you that have sent all the little hearts throughout the meeting, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Keep going, keep growing, and I wish all of you the best in this new administration to make sure that you're investing wisely according to what meets you and your family's financial securities moving forward. If you need our advice here at Keystone, we are available for you, and that's why we're here.